A couple of key stories here in the last week. Let's look across the industry groups and I'll dig a little deeper because I want to show you something. Even as we're approaching new highs, investors are betting heavily against the leaders. So what does this mean? So look here, retail and semiconductor stocks have seen double-digit gains this year. They're the market leaders, but they are the most shorted ETFs out there. Check out this XRT. We talk about this all the time. It's a weighting of the bigger retail stocks that are out there. More than 500% of its assets are sold short. What's that all about? Semis have more than 100% sold short. Oil and gas stocks, they're not far behind. Tom, other than telling me what you think about this, can you just explain to everyone, how do you actually short 500% of an ETF? Right. How do you physically do that?
So we were talking about this earlier. It's in a whole variety of different ways. There's obviously securities lending that is one component, but a lot of these bigger ETFs actually have options that you can buy against those as well, and you can buy them in a big right. way. And the other thing is the accounting of that, and we beforehand when we got on here, we're questioning those numbers because that's kind of off the charts. How could a long position actually be 500?
But could you actually short a stock more than once in multiple lending? Is that might be possible as well?
From Wall Street accounting standards, I guess the answer is yes. Yeah. But what it does say, back to your point, is big box retailers are getting unloved in a big way, and we're going to continue to see more of this, especially as this market gets higher. The question is, can these companies continue to bring profitability?
Well, Dan, that's the obvious answer here with the XRT. They're betting that the big box guys, this little reprise that they had in the middle of last year on the Amazon wars, is not going to last. Would you agree that's the story here?
Sure, but doesn't this speak to what we were talking about just a little earlier, which is that this market has either reached new highs or, as you say, almost has reached new highs, and yet there's very low volume, right? People seem to be a little bit more bearish. They're certainly not running with the bulls, you know, and buying with abandon. You have a big short position, it means somebody's hedging. Yeah. Or a lot of somebodies are hedging.
Fortunately, earnings are good so far. We just don't need any interruptions, right?
Well, and also there's very high expectations around a China deal, right?
Yeah, and when you get these kinds of moves up, it makes sense. I mean, that's a tough story to argue, long-term growth in big box retail. And so this makes a little bit of sense to me.